Today All Day, we've got a great show for you on this Tuesday morning, including an all-day exclusive chat you can only see here. Let's kick it off with Pop Star. We check in with Carson, who's covering all the buzzy headlines, including Sheinelle on the white carpet at the Met Gala.
Welcome back. We are ready for some Pop Star, and one of the stars of the night is joining us.
That's right.
Yes.
All hail the queen.
Bring it.
We had our spies on the inside. First up, the Met Gala, considered the fashion world's Oscar night. It returned last night. This year's theme, In America, a lexicon of fashion. The star-studded night is the hottest ticket in town. Sheinelle, I don't know what that theme means, but you were there. What was it like?
No one knows what it means. It's provocative, Carson. That's the Kanye line. It was my first time covering the Met Gala at the Metropolitan Museum of Art here in New York City. Yes, some of the biggest names in entertainment were there. J-Lo and Ben Affleck, Rihanna, Justin Bieber. It's typically held the first Monday of May, but it was canceled last year because of the pandemic. But let me tell you, it is back in a big way.
Oh, say, can you scream?
Today Show, can you come on just for a second? Just tell us who you're wearing. Can you talk to the Today Show really quickly? We're starting this party, right?
The Met Gala returning with the star-spangled theme of American independence. Celebrities marching to the beat of their own drum for fashion's biggest night.
Tonight's red carpet, or white carpet in this case, is the hottest ticket in town. And everyone who comes up these steps has been approved by Anna Wintour herself.
Anna, you look absolutely stunning. Can you tell us who you're wearing this evening?
Yes, it's homage to my great friend Oscar.
From Billie Eilish, giving off major Marilyn Monroe vibes as the gala's youngest ever co-chair.
Who are you channeling this evening?
Who am I channeling? Marilyn, please.
To rapper Lil Nas X with this golden show-stopping moment.
Do you see this? Oh! We've got a costume change, ladies and gentlemen.
Stars ready to shine on those famous stairs at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art after the pandemic caused plans for last year's event to unravel.
Tell me what makes a night like this special.
Seeing all the people that you haven't been able to see in the last year, that's what makes tonight special.
And we couldn't agree more. Well, sort of.
Hey, Jimmy, your left shoulder covered J-Lo the whole time.
That's what she asked me to do.
What is the best part about the Met Gala?
Watching people stare at bread. What is this concoction?
Tell us who you're wearing this evening.
I'm wearing the same thing as my wife, a little Versace, so we're having a good time. Parents' night out tonight.
Can you say hi to the Today Show? Hi, Today Show. Look at my nails match. The theme, we're all trying to kind of channel our inner Donna Summer, our inner Diana Ross, our inner big hair, don't care. What does it mean to be here on this white carpet tonight?
You know what? It's really fun to get dressed up and also to remember the balance of life. To put on some Tiffany's diamonds and some couture and a little bob and be a black girl wearing what you want.
What do you think it is about the Met Gala that has people just so intrigued?
I just think you get to express yourself in a whole other way. You get to be kind of over the top, incredible.
How do you keep raising the bar each and every year?
I'm trying to keep up with the rest of them, you know, all my kids, and they kind of tell me what to wear, and I put it on, and, you know, that's the end of it.
Is it fun to see your girls look so fashionable? They're trailblazers at this point.
Yeah, it's fun. I can't wait till they get here.
Of course, keeping up with Kim may have proven a little difficult as she tried anonymity on for size. Along with the glitz and glamour, we also made time for plenty of selfies.
Say cheese. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this hair is everything.
And what would an American-themed event be without members of Team USA? Fresh off the Tokyo Olympics, gymnast Simone Biles flexing her fashion muscles in an 88-pound showgirl-inspired gown.
How does it feel to be on this red, actually white carpet?
It feels insane. It feels unreal.
Newly crowned Olympic all-around champ Suni Lee fittingly dressed in gold as she thanks Simone for enlisting the help of Today to surprise her father with a new wheelchair earlier this month.
My dad is doing a lot better, and I think he loves to chair. It just has been amazing, and I'm so thankful for Simone.
A bit of gratitude, always in style, as the Met Gala celebrates the land of the free and home of the brave. Fashion choices.
So I see why they call it the Party of the Year. The gala is the main source of funding for the Costume Institute. So to make up for the canceled 2020 gala, they will hold another one next year in May, which, as you can imagine, will be even bigger.
Sure how.
It really was a good time. I think
it was your first time.
It was my
ever?
first time. It was so interesting because I would ask the stars, who do you most want to see? Do you want to guess who they most wanted to see? I mean, it was almost unanimous.
Beyonce.
J-Lo.
Rihanna. They could not wait. It was so interesting to watch the young stars, especially.
Yeah.
Everybody waited for Rihanna. We were packing up.
Yeah.
Everybody's ready to go. It was after 6 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Guess who was probably the last to show up?
Rihanna.
Of course.
But she stole the show.
What an entrance.
But you know what?
You were hot.
Yeah,
Sheinelle.
thank
You looked
you.
beautiful.
Thank you. It was really fun. I think the biggest thing, everybody seemed to have it in perspective. It was all about just kind of coming together, having a good time, raising some money for the Costume Institute. It was nobody big timed us. You know what I mean?
Who did your hair and makeup? Because they should get a shout out.
So, shout out to Bianca. I have a new hair girl here on the Today Show. Bianca. I share with Amber Ruffin.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, Star, who did my makeup, Kreska, here in Brooklyn. So it was we met over at my house. We were like high school girls.
I mean, Cinderella.
Did you sleep last night?
No, I didn't.
We can't tell.
Big night out.
You see, I just kind of slept on this and then woke up. There we go.
Right.
It was really a good time.
Any of the celebs go inside and eat or do anything normal?
That's the thing. When everybody goes, well, what happens when you go inside? It looks like an elevated, I don't want to say an elevated chicken dinner by any means. Marcus Samuelsson provided the vegan cuisine.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the food was amazing.
Sure.
But a lot of people, did you see those outfits?
Yeah,
I just don't know how much you can
You
eat.
can't even sit down with some of them. Yeah, you gotta stand.
And then they also get a chance to see the exhibit.
Yeah.
So, cool. There you
Thank
go.
you.
I just
There's
envision
your report.
people taking some of Marcus's chicken and putting it in their tiny little clutch.
Yeah.
I'll eat this later.
Taraji P.
Piece of bread. When no one's looking and the cameras are away,
Then you're like,
I'll morph into a human.
Exactly.
All right, thank you very much, Sheinelle.
Yes.
Nice work there.
Welcome back. Today on the third hour, the gang chats with NBA great Carmelo Anthony about his new memoir, Where Tomorrows Aren't Promised. Take a look.
This morning, we are going to catch up with one of the greatest to ever pick up a basketball. Carmelo Anthony, 10-time NBA All-Star, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 10th all-time scorer.
Now, away from the court, he's also a philanthropist, entrepreneur, podcast host, and now author.
His new book is called Where Tomorrows Aren't Promised, a memoir of survival and hope.
And it offers a look into Carmelo's life leading up to the NBA. And here to tell us all about it, Mr. Anthony himself. Quite the Renaissance man.
Hey.
Morning.
Thank you.
The book it's revealing, it's illuminating, and for folks who followed your career since Syracuse, I think they're going to be surprised by a lot of it. You write in the book that you hadn't actually, growing up, thought about being in the NBA. It was not in the plan. How could that be?
I just think, well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I just think when I say that, a lot of people, it surprised a lot of people that I didn't dream about being in the NBA. I just think it wasn't reachable, like that goal wasn't reachable. I mean, to be one out of 435 players, to come out every year to be a part of that fraternity, them numbers scare you. And that's all you was told. Like, you would never be that. You got to be special to make it to the NBA. Yeah. So I just thought being part of my environment and growing up where I was growing up at, they wasn't coming to get me out of there.
Little did you know.
Yeah.
Little did I know.
You are very special. And you really open up a lot. And you're very honest in this book. You talk about race, violence, even death, mental health. What was it like being so vulnerable? I mean, and how does it feel to put yourself out there like that?
It was very challenging, I would say that, because I was afraid to tap into that side of it when telling my story. I just wanted to keep that quiet. I wanted to keep that sacred for the sake of my family, for the friends. Yeah. That was for us at gatherings and barbecues and holidays, and we get together and tell those stories. But now I'm inviting everybody into that part of my life, which is, I don't want to say scary, but it's a very vulnerable moment for myself. And being in the place where I'm at now, at this point in my life and this point in my career, and trying to search for me and find me and doing this, this research, it makes everything makes sense in the book. Like, them stories make sense.
What is true is that there may be a young man who picks up that book who is also dealing with struggles, or a young woman, if you will, and sharing your story can perhaps change their lives. Was basketball at the time an escape from all of those things that you were dealing with? Or was it just fun? Like, when did it become
It was just fun. Like, it was just fun. It was, that's what we did. We played sports seasonal. Whatever sport that was going on at that point in time, we played it. So it was always fun, but I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I actually loved baseball first. Like, my first love was actually baseball. I guess that's the Puerto Rican side.
I was going to say, maybe there's still time. There's still time. Life is long, Lord willing.
But I didn't love that. I didn't love basketball.
The other thing you write about in the book you didn't love your name Carmelo. You even changed it for a
I love it
while.
now. I love it now.
How did that evolution happen?
It was just, going from these different environments, and it goes back to, you could say mental health and people bothering you and people messing with you about your name, about your sneakers, about your apparel, your appearance. I wasn't part of that, but I just knew, like, coming from New York where it's black, brown, Brooklyn, New York, and going to Baltimore where it's predominantly black, nobody really cared about the name Carmelo, so I wanted to fit in with my name. So I picked the first name that I seen on the board, which was Tyrone.
I don't think that Tyrone.
Better call Tyrone.
Tyrone. Why did you go back to Carmelo, though?
My mother got on me.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens.
So it works.
Yeah, and then these were stories and experiences at 8, 9 years old, right? So I didn't know much. I didn't know much about. I wasn't tapped into, my Puerto Rican side at that point in time. So when she tells me, look, you should honor that name. You should do your research and figure out why you should honor that name. And then once I started doing that, then I got my name back.
A lot of folks don't realize, in addition to all the things that we mentioned, you also give back in another way. You are coaching and bringing along a whole new generation of basketball players. In fact, you coach one of my buddy's sons, Will Graves. But I think that's so commendable because a lot of guys like you, they don't have to do that. And I understand you're actually there coaching as well, like on the sidelines, fully engaged. Before we let you go, I want to ask you about the Lakers because, as you know, there's some folks who have said, these super teams in the NBA, these teams that take all this talent, it makes the game less fun. What do you say to that? That there's no parity in the NBA anymore because of guys like Melo who go and play with guys like LeBron.
Think that the timing. I just think the timing is different now. I just think that the game of basketball is different. Whereas before, when I first came into the NBA, each of us had our own organization, our own team, so we had to go out there and do it on our own. Now, you can't do it on your own. It's quite impossible to go out there and try to win on your own and do it on your own when there's so much opportunity now, there's so much money now, the talent is growing and getting stronger. You can't do it by yourself.
Are you hyped? You excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited about the book, but I'm definitely excited to.
You can be excited about multiple things.
It's
allowed.
I mean, honestly, that was the reason why I picked the Lakers because I felt like that was the greatest chance of going to get a ring.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. Giannis, maybe not so much, but we'll see.
No, I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with that.
Carmelo, it's so good to have you in person.
Thank you.
And the book.
Normally, Craig's gone by now.
Just so you know, he leaves.
Craig, thank you, man.
He never stays for us.
Again, the memoir is Where Tomorrows Aren't Promised. It's in stores now. It's written by Carmelo Anthony.
All right. Good deal. Thank you.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna, Hoda has an exciting announcement. She has her own podcast. Take a look.
How are you?
Well, I'm
We're going to Broadway tonight.
Yeah, going to Broadway.
We're so excited because Broadway's reopening. You're going to go see
The Lion King.
I'm going to go see Wicked, but it's kind of fun because you feel the energy. We're going to have Wicked, the performance on our show in just a little bit. They were out there performing, and literally it was like electrifying. It's like when you haven't tasted a delicious food.
You a question. When you say literally it was electrifying, were you in smoke? Were you on fire?
Are we going to call your dad again?
No, I don't think we're going to call him because I've used all my phone of friends. But I'm just wondering, like, did somebody have to
on fire? No.
No, but you're right. I didn't mean to ruin that moment. You're right. New York feels it's like the city that it is.
Well, it's like the lights went on. It's just like anything in life that you take for granted.
Yes.
Like if the restaurant you go to every week is always there, and one day it closes down, and 6 months later it opens again, and you're like, oh my God,
Broadway!
I love that. Yeah, that's
so.
what
What
it
are
feels
y'all
like.
going to be doing at your Broadway? Are you going to pass out tickets?
We're going to pass out tickets. We're going to greet people.
Yes.
We're going to enjoy the show. I'm going to go because I want to watch Wicked. I'm so excited.
Are you going to take Haley, or is it too late?
It's way too late. Yeah, it's way too late for a 4-year-old. However, I think we'll do it eventually.
Yes. Well, speaking of moments, you have a big one right now, and I'm so excited. I have it on my phone right now.
You do?
I'm gonna download it as we speak because Hoda is launching a brand new podcast.
Okay.
She does it all. See that QR code, by the way? I'm going to get out my camera.
It's a cute QR code. By the way, can I just tell you something about, because there are tons of podcasts that are around. I listen to a bunch of them.
I'm trying to download it.
Can you see it? Is it working?
It's a little.
It's too small. You got to get up. You got to move.
All right, well, I'll do it. You go ahead and talk about it.
I want to see how you download.
No, really, honestly.
Try it. Does it work?
Well,
You can do it. You can do it.
Okay, hold on.
Right there.
There I go.
Did it work?
Okay.
Is it working?
What is
do the roll around? That one.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, your dress is super cute now that we see it fully.
Oh, thank you. So will you just tell us about the podcast while I'm doing this?
I will. Is it working?
Yep, it is.
Oh, good.
Flower.
So the podcast is, I'm interviewing a bunch of different people, and they all have incredible, I just want to make sure it works.
It's working.
Incredible life lessons.
Y'all, look, here it is. Making space.
And here's the thing about it. I was interviewing people, some people you're going to have heard of and some people you won't know. They are chocked full of life lessons. Literally, I'm like, while they're saying things, I'm like wanting to scribble down so I don't forget. We had Anne Lamott on, who I adore. We have a ton of different people. Mitch Albom, who wrote Tuesdays with Maury. Okay, so just real quick. He tells a story about, you guys know the story of Tuesdays with Maury. It's this professor who passed away, but every Tuesday he went to visit him. And he said that when people came to visit Maury while he was dying of cancer, Lou Gehrig's, they would walk in thinking of something to tell him to lift his spirits. And they would go in, they'd shut the door, and they'd come out. Mitch was there, and the person would be crying. And they said, "Are you crying because of Maury?" They're like, "No, my divorce or my marriage." And so
because Maury was asking about them.
Listening. So Mitch walks in and he says, "What are you doing, man?" He said, "This is actually the opportunity where you can say, actually, your problems aren't that important, mine are." And he said to him very profound words. He said, "When I feel weak or when I feel like I'm taking," he said, "I only feel strong when I'm giving. And so I feel alive when I'm giving. I feel alive." So for him to have the blessing of helping somebody who walks in with a problem, and it just, like, there are little life lessons, there are big ones. You interview people and you hear about their lives and you say, "Oh my gosh, I have to try that." There's a guy who talked about how hard he worked. He thought he had to work every day, 16 hours to get his dream, tired. And one day on his intentions list, he wrote, "I'm going to slow down." And literally he said, his life didn't change when he was sprinting. It always changed in the margins when he paused. It never changed with the drive. So I was like, write that down. But anyway, the podcast is full of those things.
Well, do you know what? So you can download this now. Did you know that?
No.
Go ahead and download it, which is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm just going to play this because, let's see.
What is this?
No.
Hey everybody, Hoda here of NBC's Today Show. I am so excited to share my new podcast with you, Making Space with Hoda Kotb. Why making space? Because I know when I make space to talk to people and really listen to their story, I almost always come away inspired and stronger.
Well, and by the way, good listener right here. This is that.
I am so excited.
But don't you love? I love life lessons. Anyway.
Okay. Well, check out the trailer and get all the info. Be sure to follow, which is what I just did. This Making Space with Hoda Kotb, so we can all listen to it together. I know what I'm going to be doing. Scan that QR code. But you know what? We are also launching a new series here that we're so looking forward to.
It's called
Flip Your Fall.
We're looking for hardworking people in your lives, and they need a little pick-me-up, a little surprise. And maybe it's a delivery worker who always delivers to you and you think deserves a special delivery of their own.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and flip somebody's fall?
Okay.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
Jerry?
Where's
Jerry?
Jerry. No, Jerry. I think you're
Jerry
thinking...
brings our props to us all the time, but today...
Yeah.
We're going to flip.
We're flipping your fall, Jerry.
Okay. Jerry, why don't you sit in your little chair? No, Jerry, please sit.
Jerry, have a seat.
I got the slippers.
Have a seat.
Okay.
I thought I was doing that.
I know, we're flipping your fall. Here's your mojito.
Let's take off your shoes. I hope your socks are clean.
Jerry.
I wish I would have known this. I hope there's no holes in them.
No, they look real good. Hold on. Let me just get it.
And a little
How's
blankie.
that feel? Cozy. You know what? Take a sip. Is that a good mojito? You made it. Okay, good.
Y'all, so go to
take care of people who take you. We love you.
Yes.com.
Love you.
Thank you.
And tell us about the Jerry in your life. He thought he was flipping my fall, but we flipped his fall.
Do you want a foot massage?
Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here on Today All Day. Looky who is here.
Hello.
Hi, Donna. You look so cute with your tennis shoes and your red dress.
You know, it's a day that I don't have a segment when I wear tennis shoes.
You know what?
But here I am.
But here
so
you are
you've got
in
the
a segment.
tennis shoes.
Okay, I know that you probably were paying attention to the Met Ball last
gosh,
night.
you know I was.
What were you doing? Just tell me how you watched.
So I watched E, and then I was scrolling and updating my Instagram because you know I love Gigi Hadid, and I just was waiting for her, and she made us wait. She was one of the last ones. She was one of the last ones. I mean, rightfully so, you know. She's like, you know, royalty at the Met Gala, but it is my dream to go, and so I love watching all red carpets. I miss them. Gigi Hadid, I thought, looked like a Barbie in Prada. Did you see her?
Yeah, she wore the white strapless
She wore
dress.
the white, yes, with a little bit of black underneath and the red hair.
Yes.
Oh, I loved it so much.
So she was your favorite look. Who else did you like?
I really loved, you know, I loved J-Lo. I loved that Western look.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Because the whole theme was like Americana, you know, America then, and so that is a look, you know.
Another thing people were doing is sort of the Marilyn Monroe, Rita Hayworth, that old Hollywood glamour, which I love so much because it gives a little bit of a sexy vibe, a little body, you know.
Yeah.
We love that.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
She was my favorite look.
Wasn't it great that it was like her time to transform her look?
Yes. Although that doesn't happen for most people. You know what I mean? Like a time to transform your look. Most people just always look the same.
That's true. And also at 19.
Although you get maybe like with the breakup, you just cut your hair off.
Oh yeah, you cut your hair. You get piercings. I once had 5 piercings on my ear.
After a breakup?
Yeah, it was around 19. And I thought that, you know, I was really changing things by piercing those ears.
Well, that's a good change because you get a tat and that tat's there forever. A piercing, you don't wear those anymore.
You know, Sienna Miller's look, I was thinking of you because she is one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love Sienna Miller.
Did you see her? Who else did you love?
I didn't see. So this is the issue. With being my age, you can't, like, it's hard to watch.
I know, because you have kids and you're
busy.
like,
we were watching The Sound of Music, and I'm not kidding, which is not as glamorous, although it is kind of glamorous.
It is glamorous.
And I was trying to teach my kids how to turn themselves into some sort of musical act.
I love, whenever I come over, I feel like there's some music going on. Like one time I was singing Aladdin with Poppy.
Yes.
And it was so much fun because I felt like I was back in Jasmine mode.
Oh, I know.
It's so fun.
Jasmine mode
to be with your kid. But you went to the Met Gala a couple of times.
I did. I got to go to the Met Gala the last couple years. Maybe, well, obviously last year it was canceled, but before then, maybe 3 years in a row. And 1 year, and this is another embarrassing sort of, this is how I act in those frozen moments. And so we were just covering it. I wasn't invited to it. But afterwards, somebody that worked for Anna came up and said, Anna said if you want to come in for cocktails. But I was too...
What was it like?
No, I didn't go.
Oh,
that's
why?
my point. Because to go, and I heard Ben Platt say this, and it's so true, like to go by yourself into something like that, like had I been able to bring somebody that was with me or something, but to go in solo, I just didn't have the nerve.
But what was the getting dressed up process for you like when you were getting ready?
It was really fun. You know, it's like you try to match the themes. Sometimes the themes are very hard to understand.
Yeah, how do you know how to match it?
Well, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't.
But you look flawless every time.
Oh, you're the cutest. Well, you know what? I'm so glad you were here today because Hoda don't really care about fashion. I don't care that much either. So to have you here to break it down for us.
I love it. I was refreshing that page over and over.
Okay, well, that's it for this episode of Today Talks. Keep watching for more Today all day.
All day.
All day. Thank you, Donna.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.